Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, my YouTube family. Whenever you're watching this video, I just wanted to stop by and share some thoughts with you right quick. First, I want to thank you to my subscribers that I've had up until this point. Thank you for sticking it out with me, and thank you for just being here for me. Um, for new subscribers, you're welcome. Welcome to my place. Thank you for subscribing or seeing something in me that interests you enough to want to subscribe. I appreciate that. If you do me a favor, please like the video for me. Again, I'm not really understanding the likes versus dislikes. I Googled it and I still don't see it, but if you can, please like the video for me. I'm going to come on, try to do more videos to kind of get myself in the mix, even though it's not relatively beefing, so to speak, um, or anything of that nature. But I still got to try to put out some videos. Um, I've been tired because I started a new job Monday. Excuse me, and woo, it's frying my brain. It really is. A friend of mine told me, she said, you're not allowing yourself time to grieve. And I think all of that is like everybody says, it's a process. It's a process. And Daddy and I have been together, just he and I, for the last 7 years. And so that's an adjustment, because there are moments when I walk past this room, I expect to hear him or see him laying in this bed or something, and I realize he's no longer here. So I think that's normal for anybody who has a loved one. Even when I say loved one, like a sibling or parent, somebody that they live with or stayed around with for quite some time, when they're no longer there, that's a void, because they feel a certain part of you that nobody else could feel. And I think God so designs it that way. There are some people God places in our lives who take up space, but in a positive way, in a way that renews you, refreshes you, rejuvenates you, um, make you feel good about life, things. So God gave me that with my father. Um, these past 7 years, 'cause, growing up, I didn't really know him that much because he worked so much. But anyway, somebody had prophesied that to me again 25 years ago, 25 years ago. Something about the relationship with my father, and I wanted that closeness with my father. And I knew she was a real prophet because she didn't know me, I didn't know her. But who was to say it would have been 20 something years later, or 13, 14, whatever, later, that we would have that relationship, and that we would become as father and son should be. Um, and it's almost as if it's bittersweet, because once you've got it and you're embracing it and enjoying it, it's snatched away from you. And I guess the positive would be that these 7 years we had each other, we learned to get to know each other and get to love each other as a father and son should. So, I was just, I'm having a moment, and I needed somebody to talk to. And the bad part about it is, even though I'm trying to be a content creator on YouTube, I'm not a talker. I'm really not. I'm a very introverted and quiet person. So there are moments when you just want to just get it out, get it out. Um, and so this week was kind of hard, with the training I'm doing. And then, my birthday is Christmas, and I'm not, if I make it to that stage, I'm blessed, to have seen another year. But again, bittersweet, because the one only other person that I knew who loved me unconditionally, and who would be here with me, just he and I sharing my birthday, would be my father, and he's not here. So that's going to be a great big adjustment. I'm not sure what I'll do that day, but it's going to be an adjustment. But many of the things I told you guys in other videos regarding the beef steak, and I'm laying down because I'm so tired. You can tell my eyes. It's a lot to learn, but most of the things that I told you guys, I didn't name names, but most of the things, 95.8% of those things have come to pass. And like I said, I'm not sure why I'm giving, or I'm getting revelations about this particular part of YouTube. I'm not sure. but for some reason I am, and I'm getting to see the inside of people that you probably normally wouldn't see just on a regular basis. The amazing thing about that is people say that this is a persona. And in most cases, it is because people say one thing that they are on YouTube, but when they've met this individual in person, they were totally different. To me, I think it's just a switch. You know how we turn it on and turn it off, kind of thing. Most people are not being their true selves or whatever on YouTube for the most part. Um, well, no, nobody's gonna come here and cuss everybody out in the world when they see them. That would be asinine and that would be stupid to think. But I'm just noticing and I'm just realizing it, even by some of the things people tell me or people say to me, that that is the reality in which a lot of people live in. I mean, to think that you're a queen of whatever, to think that you're the king of whatever, um, to say that fulfills a certain part of you for greatness. I guess I'm trying to say you could say that. For me, a person who thinks rationally, it does not make sense to me. And if we were to break down some things regarding, it may go far beyond YouTube, but let's break this down for a minute. Just because I disagree with someone's thought perceptions or how they uh, do certain things with their life, doesn't mean I don't like them or don't respect them or don't love them or whatever. Have been, I guess you could say, I see a few people in my life that I've loved. I'm not talking about sexual love. I'm talking about I just loved. But they had characteristics that got on my nerves. I couldn't. I ugh. But there was something about them that just stuck out, and so I was drawn to them, to that individual. So it didn't matter to me anything outside of what was the normal was as far as that part was concerned. I still had love for them in spite of. I guess I'm trying to say it that way. It's not a matter of anybody. I wish somebody would define for me what does the word hate mean. Because if I'm called a hater one more time, it's like, so somebody please just give me what the word. What is your perception of being said you a hater? Even with my father's passing, I'm still. What am I hating on? I still don't. I still have, and I guess you're looking at it from more or less a natural viewpoint, so to speak. You're looking at the things possibly that you possess, maybe possibly, and it puts you on a higher plane than other people. And that would be untrue because based on many of the recordings that I see from people in this particular arena, the ones who say that they're above and beyond whoever living are living below the ones they say who are hating. And that doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me. Even even in this circumstance that I'm in right now, because I'm trying to get this house ready. You can see I'm scrubbing stuff to be sold. I'm still not hating on you because the amazing thing about that is you have to find a contentment within yourself and within your spirit. Period. You have to find a joy and an acceptance of who you are and what those characteristics that makes you you, that makes you love the person that you are. You can't allow other people to define you based on their perception of you. You see, that's the first mistake I think many people make. I've got to live my life, or I've got to be the person that I feel you want me to be. Thereby, I have to relinquish who I am or who I really feel I am on the inside in order to do that. I have done that. I've done that for many people in my life. I've always relinquished or whatever it took to make the other person feel comfortable around me or just feel comfortable, period. When they were in my presence, I would adjust to where they were so they could feel that way. But I'm still suppressing who I am. And I'm still not getting what I can get out of this relationship because I'm still not being true to me. And I'm still not being open. Well, not open because I'm very private, believe it or not. There's nothing to tell, but I'm private. But there's something that I still am holding back and withdrawing from so I can fulfill the need that you have. And so I'm in this relationship or in this friendship or partnership, have whatever you want to call it. Um, and you're happy, you're being satisfied, you're being fed. But then on the other hand, you've got this person who's doing all that. They're still empty, and they're still that void, and they're longing. Does that make sense? And for the first time in all these years, because even with Daddy, I relinquished my life uh, for him um, because he was my father and I loved him. So it wasn't important where I go, what I had, what aspirations that I had at that point. All I knew was I need to take care of my father and I need to be there for him the best way I can possibly be. I'm not putting him in a home and I'm not throwing him away. I wasn't going to do that and I didn't, but my thing was to be here for him as he was for us, or at least for me, even though we didn't have that. See, that's the funny thing about it. He and I were not close, but ended up being the closest out of seven than he had been with any of them. Isn't that amazing? So I think the thing I'm wrestling with now is, in essence, I'm free. But now that I'm free, anything that I thought I wanted or anything that I thought I would go for or long for, see, those things have changed over the years. So they're no longer there. So I'm looking at it now. What is it at this stage of my life, at this point of my life? What is it do I want? What do I aspire to become? See, don't ever stop growing or don't ever not have aspirations to do better because as long as you're breathing and I'll say this, in good health, there's always that growth and that growing and that growing and that growing. And it's almost as if now I've got a clean slate. And it's a scary thing because now it's like make sure the decisions that you make regarding you are the best decisions now for you. Because now it's not necessarily it's my turn to live, but it's my time to experience life on my terms. Does that make sense? You know, or let me put it this way, if you want to get really deep about it, let me experience life on how God intended it for my life to be. Because these are the last years I would imagine of my life. You know, we can't put a time limit on anything. And, age is nothing but a number. You know, you're as young as you feel, as they always said. I don't feel 60, but, a lot of people say I don't look it, but I am. But those things are just running through my mind. And I said, well, let me get on YouTube and share because I've got to start putting things on my channel. And I know the things I say most of the time are not really interesting. I know it's not beefing. I know it's not cussing anybody out. And I don't know if it's entertainment, but it's dealing with life issues and those things that come across your mind. And there are other people who are not on YouTube I've spoken with or who called to check on me or whatever. They have that same process, or they've said, I've been through that and I didn't know what to do. And I'm still stuck. And I'm still kind of lost and I'm still wondering because my whole life was centered around taking care of my parents or taking care of my husband until they passed. And now, they're trying to figure out what to do with their life. And they still haven't figured it out. And it's like, Lord, I don't want to go through, you know, 5, 7 years trying to figure it out. I can't say I lost 5 years of my life or seven, however long I've been with Dad. I can't say that because I gained something within those 5 to 7 years that I hadn't had in over 50, and that was a relationship with my father. I hate it took an illness to bring us to that point or to get us to begin to have a relationship with that's how it was. And my solace in times of when it's really bad to know that I know I got a chance to tell him I loved him and that he loved me and that he knew the sole purpose of me being here was to be here for him. There was no selfish motive behind it but to take care of him. So that gives me solace, but I'm not looking forward to my birthday. I'm not looking forward to it. I'm just gonna tell you up front, I'm not. Cause now I'm really alone. by myself, because my siblings never called or, checked on us when daddy was alive. So I know they're not going to do it now that he's gone, or to wish me happy birthday or anything like that. So I'm kind of preparing myself mentally for that day. So I'm kind of building myself up. So when it comes, like I said, it'll be bittersweet because the two people who basically laid the foundation for my life and who took care of me and in essence in so many ways was there for me, proud of certain things that I did during my school years and things of that nature, and supported me, were my parents. And I don't have that. I don't have them. um, it took a while to be adjusted to the loss of my mother. That's been 10 years now. And now I've got to adjust to this. And I think the difference is with my mom is she was sick, but she was still able to do things for herself and able to get around. Whereas daddy, he became bedridden. And so I had to be here almost 24/7 to take care of him. And my mom, it wasn't like this. She just slipped, fell, went into a coma and passed away. None of us was expecting it. So, um, like y'all said, it is what it is. But I'm starting a new chapter, a new journey, and I don't know which way to go with this new thing. And in my mind, the first thing I want to do, or the first thing I think will bring about a healing process to where I can see and focus on the newness of my life, or a new journey, a new walk, is to sell the house and get out of the house. Because the house has so many memories and so many things built up around it because I was a part of it, that in order for me, I think, to get out of this frame of mind, I need to get out of this house. I just do that. I don't know why that's just been in my head. But anyway, I just wanted to come and share that with you guys. Again, thank you for my subscribers. Thank you for your prayers, especially those who are sticking it out with me while I try to go through this process. New job, and dad is passing, and trying to get the house sold, and all this stuff. I, like many of you told me, with the subscribers, it'll go up and down, up and down, up and down. And I tell them I don't understand it, because people I've subscribed to, a lot of them don't do videos, but I didn't take away my subscription. Just to be the number there to help them. That's in my mind. But other people don't think like that. And I'll have to do this, and I know a lot of you will disagree. I'm not really kind of go with me on this one. Dee said something that was really, and then Lady Nika, and then there are others who have said something, but she said something the other day when I was watching a video, um, that I'll put it this way: I'm not gonna judge anything she does. I don't. If she felt God led and she was touched by the Holy Ghost and she whatever, I won't deny, approve, confirm, whatever, verify. That's not my job to do. That's between her and her God, or her and God. So I don't know in all of that, but she said she got more backlash and more negative for that video than she gets for the ones where she curses everybody out. The ones where she curses everybody out and go off and rah rah, however y'all say it, she get the most views on those, and people just, they pump her up and pump her up and pump her up, to do that. But the videos where I guess she's saying where she felt the presence of God, and the song was ministering to her. I love the Lord, Whitney Houston, and this. But she said nobody pumped her up when it came to that. And so, as I said, that shows you the state of mind of this particular arena of YouTube. And I know it's entertainment. And I to a point, some of you, I still enjoy the beefing. It has got to be above and beyond where I want to be, to a point. Panels, I don't like them. I'll watch some, but I don't care for them, because I can never get anything out of anything anybody's saying, because it's so 5, 6 people and everybody's shouting and screaming at the same time. Nobody's getting anything out of it. And the purpose for me, when you say panel, is for people to get on there and do the discussions, but you got to be able to hear what the people are discussing. And the stupidest thing to me is the content creator has, or the person who, I guess, over the panel, they can mute you, but you can just put yourself off mute and go back to talk. Isn't that stupid? It's too much. It's too much. But anyway, I do like this particular area of YouTube, and there are people who are quite entertaining to me. Um, I don't get into what they believe, what they don't believe, who they worship, what they don't. I just get it. I just tickle. Some of you are so dark until I just don't know. But anyway, I do thank my subscribers who have stayed with me. And anyone who has subscribed to me since then, I really do appreciate it. I really do, especially now. When I got ready to kind of get my channel going and get it built up, that's when Daddy became sick, really sick, and I couldn't do it. And now that I can, my heart is not in it, my spirit is not in it, my soul is not in it. In this particular area, and if I don't branch out, I know I'll never go anywhere. As far if that, again, if that was something that God had ordained or God wants for me to do, so to speak, I know this is not the area where it will do it for me. Um, because again, I'm not cussing anybody out, and I'm not going at anybody. So there's really no purpose for me in this particular area of YouTube, and I wish God would help me to understand that, so that I won't get so. I don't want to say discouraged, but I'll get to the point where I need to understand why I'm here in this particular area of YouTube. I need to understand what's my purpose, what's my goal, because it really isn't about the money thing, especially now since I'm working, well, back working, because I quit work to take care of Daddy uh, last year. When he fell and broke his hip, that's when I stopped working to take care of him, and he was totally bedridden, and everybody said put him in the home, put him in the hospital. No, can't do that. And thank God for retirement plans and all that I had. So I was good there. So, but I really don't know my purpose for being in this particular area on YouTube. I don't. I like who I like though still, but I just don't see where I bring anything to the table, so to speak, to this particular area of YouTube, because it's beefing, it's rah 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 fighting, blah blah. So hopefully God will show that to me and help me figure that out. And like I said, if it's His will for me to be here for whatever reason, I have no problem with accepting what His will is. Because beloved, obedience is better than sacrifice, and I'd rather just be obedient, not understanding, not knowing, and not really getting it, but just being obedient to what He's telling me to do or how He's leading me, if that makes sense. But anyway, thanks again, guys. I love you guys. Please, again, if you have not subscribed, subscribe. Please like the video for me. Again, I appreciate your prayers, your love, and your concern. For those who are still with me, I really appreciate that, because I know if you're not spitting out videos every day or doing something, people lose interest in you, literally in you. So from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate you a lot. I really do. But know this, I love you, but God loves you so, so, so much more. You be blessed. Okay? Bye-bye.